Hey y'all, welcome to Witty Witty Banter.
I'm Monica.
And I'm Paola, and today is our spicy take.
That's right. We're going to talk about everything and anything in between sweet, mild, and spicy today. So y'all ready? Get your drinks. I know that we've talked about making some cups together for our podcast, so that
it's coming. We're gonna make it.
Yeah,
we're gonna make it.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
So we'll have our drinks with y'all at some point, but not today.
But not today. Today we're gonna talk a little bit about Selena Gomez, a little bit about the debate that happened earlier this month, and Diddy, the big elephant in everybody's living room right now. Because
ginormous elephant.
Yeah, things are moving quickly for that man,
and it just gets worse every day. Like every day you find something else new.
Yes, yeah. So we're gonna dig deeper in there
somewhere
here in a bit. But first, how was your weekend? The benefit is complete.
Yes. I don't want to sound like I'm not grateful for the event or the fact that it all came together. I was nervous, and I reached out to you. It was just like, I'm having panic. I'm everything we wanted to do for the fundraiser, we did.
Yes.
The bed set, we had raffled from numbers like 1 to 150. All 150 numbers were taken care of by people. And so thank you guys so much for coming out. There was about 102 people that showed up, which is a big deal because that was our goal.
Huge.
It was a big deal. We got to dance on the dance floor a little bit, and I'll post that video in this podcast as well, because Joey caught us dancing, and I think it was just a moment,
Aww, I haven't even seen that video. You have to post it for sure.
Yeah. No, but it was really good. Everybody showed up. Everybody did their part. There was food there. Thank you to all the bands that came out in support of Jessie. It really meant a lot. Alejandro actually performed out there, as well as
I saw
Angelina, Alize, Raymond Vargas, who was a part of the Cumbia All-Stars.
Oh, nice.
Adania, who we've seen here from La Peña last week, which was amazing, guys. Y'all need to check out the next La Peña.
Yes.
Come to the shows. They're awesome here at the Epic. So,
speaking of.
Right? But ultimately, the weekend was really, really good. I was running with my head cut off most of the time. But towards the end of the event, I got to sit back and really hang out with people. We got to dance, which is something I like to do. All of my family and friends were there. And we raised a good amount of money for Jessie. So thank you guys for that.
Yeah, and that was the goal. And you showed out, brought people together. And so that takes a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. And I'm really proud of you for doing that, friend.
How was your weekend?
Oh, it was fantastic. My nephew Jonathan turned 15 in August, and so they finally celebrated his birthday the same day as the benefit. So I spent my day with the family, and then went to the after party.
Right, pretty much at that point.
Yeah, and then just prepping for the fair.
I know. Tell them about it.
Yes. So our first gig at the fair is going to be September 27th. So you guys have to come out to opening day. It's this Friday. And we have a giveaway going on, which will have ended by this point when you're hearing the podcast. But we are giving away 4 tickets, 2 parking passes, a cute little magnet that the fair gave us. We had 2, so I kept one, and then I'm giving away the other one. And then I made 2 of these visors.
Only 2 in the world, guys. Only 2 in the world.
Only 2. So it is truly exclusive merch. And the reason why I did the visor was because, fun fact, this is like one of my favorite types of hats.
Yeah.
I love visors because I can do my little bun up in the air, my little ponytail in the air, and still cover my eyes.
I was wondering how you were going to put the headphones on today. I was just like, but then she's a pro, and she was like,
just slide it in there. That's what she said.
No, but ultimately, my family and I do plan on going out on Friday. Y'all should too. Come to the fair. The state fair is like one of the biggest things of each year.
Yes, especially here in Texas. It is huge. We are going to be there October 11th as well. We're going to be on the main stage October 19th, and we're going to close out the whole fair on October 20th as well. So hopefully you guys can come out, and hopefully the winner can come out 2 times to 2 of our shows. I know, Monica, you entered, so hopefully
I was
you
like,
win,
come
girl.
on, get me in, because that's a really good deal.
Yes,
those tickets are not cheap.
They're not.
And parking alone
can be,
it could
pretty
be a
hectic.
hassle.
Yeah.
So definitely put in for that. Well, at this point, it'll be announced on Thursday, right?
Yes, on Thursday at 4 p.m. So by the time you guys are listening to this, it'll
too late.
Already been closed. And then the winner will also be getting a merch t-shirt for the state fair. We have exclusive state fair merch that has little corn dogs saying deep fried cumbia, a little disco cowboy guy, and then Sabor Puro resident artist 2024, because that's what we are this year, the resident artists. And so I have a few interviews coming up as well. Saborcito Puro is going to be performing on WFAA at 8 in the morning. And we're going to be doing an original song, Mil Gracias. And it is just an ode to all the fans, all our family, all of our friends who have supported us through this journey. And so we're just grateful to God that we have this opportunity. And then I'll be on Univision on Friday, opening day. I have to be at the fair by 6:20 in the morning. So that's going to take me back to my, teaching days.
Yeah, pretty much. Girl, no. Sorry, no.
So it's going to be a long ass day because I'm going to be at the fair from 6:20. I'm going to go home, get ready for the performance at the fair. We do 3 different times, 2 p.m., 4 p.m., and 6 p.m. at the fair. And then we also have Latinidades Festival at the Latino Cultural Center.
Oh, wow.
I know it's going to be a long day, but definitely blessed.
Doing something that you love, though.
Blessed and booked and blessed.
Yep, there you go.
And so, hashtag. And, and that'll be at 9:15, from 9:15 to 10:15, free to the public. So come either do the after party after the fair or pregame before all your other night events. So definitely want to see our people there.
Because it's at the Yingling Winery stage,
yes,
right?
the wine garden. Yeah, the Yingling Flight stage is going to be the 27th, and then the 20th. We're going to open and close on that stage. And it's super cute.
It is very cute.
It is so cute.
And keyword, they have wine and beer. So,
yes. Come party with us.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm excited. I'm ready to be there, girl.
I know.
It's 2 of my favorite things. It's you and then the state fair, because I can just go ham on so many different things there. So one of my favorite things is the fried banana pudding.
Ooh, I haven't had that.
Ooh.
I haven't had that yet. What? I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's a thing.
What? Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to try it.
Yes, I'll tell you where it's at.
Yes, please.
But we'll make sure to have the t-shirts also, like a picture of them.
Yes.
So that y'all can see, because I'm gonna get a t-shirt too. Yeah. I already know. Like they were really, really cute.
Thank you. So yes, we're excited for that. And now let's dive in to these spicy things.
Well, to start off first, I'm gonna go ahead and take the first one because it's us hometown girls. Mm-hmm. So Selena Gomez is officially a billionaire, guys.
Ow!
A billionaire. She came from this city right here, Grand Prairie, Texas, where I am a hometown girl here, and it just gives people like me hope, because
definitely
this city was not nearly as big during her time too, during her growing up and her childhood. This was not as big as it was back then. This wasn't even here. This building wasn't even here, so to see her becoming her own and really talking about herself and talking about real life challenges that she has, because another thing that has been announced with her becoming a billionaire is a lot of people hassle her about having kids. Like, when are you going to have kids? It's like almost having a mom that really, really wants you to have a kid. My mom's not like that, but ultimately. Right. And finally, she had to come out and say, due to her medical condition, which she has lupus, she is unable to have children.
Right.
So there's the good side of it would just be becoming a billionaire. She has her own skincare line. She has her own makeup line, I believe, both.
Yeah, Rare Beauty.
And she's in a lot of movies, and she has
TV shows.
TV shows, yeah. They're actually bringing back Wizards.
What?
They're bringing back Wizards.
No, wait, is she going to be in it?
I hope so. I really do.
I mean,
That is the rumor. That is allegedly.
Allegedly.
But I did
But like,
see...
would it make sense to have Wizards of Waverly Place without Selena Gomez?
No.
Right?
At all. It would not.
It would not make sense. Like, she's the star of the show.
The wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry.
But basically, yeah, it just would not make any sense without her. But like I said, to be from the same city and have the same aspirations of becoming something, and to see her in her young age too. She's not an old person.
No,
like,
absolutely not. She's very young. She's about our age too.
Yeah, maybe like 2 years older.
Yeah, but still, our generation out there kicking some ass.
Basically, yeah.
She said, "My bestie a billionaire. Let me go ahead and become a billionaire too."
Right, exactly. No, so congratulations, Selena Gomez. Regardless of anything that's dealing with childcare or like giving birth or whatever, that's not what makes you a woman.
Yeah,
that's not what makes it important.
That's very
true. She does have plans. She does have a family plan set. A lot of people, whenever they hear that news, they just give up.
Right.
But she's strong. She's always talked about. She's always been really open and honest about her lupus situation. She did a documentary not too long ago called My Mind and Me. And that was where she found out a lot of different things about her health and about her mental state. A lot to deal with some of the stupidity that happened in the industry with Justin Bieber.
I'm gonna have to watch this documentary because, yeah, there's always like different views of a person, and you can't necessarily have the full picture of somebody that you don't know personally, and so it's like you hear from here, you hear from there, you see the TikToks, you see the Instagram posts, and it's just like, okay, I can have an idea who she is, but if she's having a documentary talking specifically of what she's going through, what like mental issues she's been going through, I think it'll piece a lot of pieces for myself about Selena Gomez. But I am super happy that she is a billionaire, that she looks really happy with Benny Blanco. She looks like she's in a really healthy relationship.
Man, they talk so much crap about that guy, like as if he doesn't do his own thing. Like, I know he's a producer too. That's what a lot of people don't, well, most people don't realize. It's not just her boyfriend. Like, he had his own thing going too. Like, you know what I mean? It's like one of them has to be famous. Yeah, no. And that's not how that works. Not in any kind of relationship. Right. But I love seeing them together. I love the fact that cute. He makes her happy and that he's happy loving her.
Yeah, and it seems like he's good with her not being able to carry their children, and I had this conversation with one of my cousins about 2 weeks ago. He was like, hey, are you and Christian having a baby or like planning on having a family? And I said, right now in our life, how it's going, we want to focus on Sabor Puro, the album. We want to,
that's your baby right now.
That's our baby, absolutely. And we want to tour the world before really settling down, because we know the amount of work it takes to have a child, even if it's just one kid, like it takes everything. Like, you have to put all of you into that person, into the growth of your child. And right now we both know that our goals are in a different place, and that we also know that there are other ways to become parents.
Yeah.
You don't always have to carry your own child in order to be a loving and great parent.
Yeah. And sometimes it's not always blood related either.
Right,
so
exactly.
In my situation with Marco, so shout out to Marco again. He already had a son before I came along, and he just turned 5. His name's Joel.
Aww.
And, ultimately, the way that I see it is, if I'm in a relationship with you, all of you becomes family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every part of you becomes family. And so that also includes Joel. I may not be his mother. I may not have given birth to him, but I do, like, I treat him like one of my own. Obviously, it's one of those things where it's a touchy subject, because a lot of people in our culture, depending on how you were raised, I was always told, hey, like, if somebody already has a kid, don't try, because then you're gonna have issues with the baby mama and
drama.
That was always the fear, right? That's kind of the fear that got instilled in all of us as kids.
Yeah.
But this is just definitely a special case for sure. Like, I love Joel.
Yeah, I met him at
Yes,
the
you got to
benefit. He
meet
was so
him.
sweet. Like the first time I met him, and he already gave me a hug
Yeah.
to saludarme and to despedirse. So like, shout out to Marcos. You're doing a really good job
Yes, you're a
raising your
great dad.
son. Yes, a great dad.
But like you
So
were saying, there's definitely many different ways of maybe not necessarily becoming a mother, but being a mother in certain aspects.
right,
You know? And so I've always gotten that same question, like, when are you going to settle down? When are you going to, and not by my parents, but more just like by other
just
people.
other people. Yeah,
And I'm like, well, I'm not ready yet.
yeah.
You know, there's got to be time. There's got to be time for everything. And on the flip side of that, we also have to like prepare ourselves whenever it is that time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think you're ever ready to really
No,
jump into something like
absolutely
that.
not. No. And I think that it's a blessing, you know, that when God blesses us with a child, like I will be so happy. You know, that's one of my dreams is to become a mother. But the reality is the way the trajectory of our lives are going is just not right now.
No.
You know,
Hell
I
no.
can't I'm not Beyonce status yet. I can't
No,
travel with my
ma'am.
babies.
Or the nanny.
You know, I can't, you know, just dropping them off at the nanny or hire a nanny to live with me. Like, and I don't want to put that burden on anybody else, you know,
No.
even though they're gonna love my child.
Well, mom already told me,
you
she's
know.
like, look, and she's been telling me my whole life. She's like, if you have a kid, you're taking care of your kid. And that's how my mom's always been. You know, there's no bad thing about it, but I'm just like, I don't want anything right now.
Yeah, no, and that, I mean, I think it's fair because también my mom, she's also like of the party of, you know, I'll take care of your children, but don't expect me to like always take care of your kids, you know,
just because they're blood doesn't mean.
Yeah,
you know.
and I agree with that because I think there's people who like will just let them take advantage, you know, and she set her boundaries and I respect those boundaries, you know, for anything. And yeah, I wouldn't want to like just leave my child anywhere, you know, all the time.
Yeah.
And in this industry, we're having to travel and having to gig late as heck every weekend or every other weekend, once a month. It doesn't matter.
And it's not a place for kids.
And no, it's not
most of the
exactly,
places.
exactly. Most of the places are way too loud. There's alcohol and drugs involved. Like, no, I'm okay.
Which will get us to our later topic.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna go ahead and move on.
Yes.
Especially because I just want to say congratulations once again to Selena Gomez. Like, wow, you know, and she's beautiful and she's
such
thriving.
An inspiration.
You got this. You got this. You don't need nobody telling you anything about you making babies. You know,
that goes for anybody. That goes for anybody experiencing this. Like, just know you have two strong, independent women backing you up. Selena Gomez is a billionaire and also can't conceive her own children. So if you are having issues with that, you are not alone, and we are here for you.
Absolutely.
So the debate.
Which brings us to our next point.
Lord.
Ooh, okay.
I actually tuned in this time. Normally, I try not to just because, I don't know, como que me da, like, my heart breaks a little bit when people cannot articulate their ideas properly.
Yeah.
Especially if they're in the stage of politics.
The country.
And running the country. And on both ends, whenever it was Joe Biden and Donald Trump, I just couldn't handle seeing that bigotry between both of them, you know, because at one point Joe Biden was just trying to clap back and it was not effective.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just like, I do not want to participate in those type of debates. I'm going to go ahead and educate myself
in other ways. See, I'm not really a political person. I will tell you that through and through. I'm not a political person. The party, I don't go like straight ticket when I vote. I do vote. Make sure you're voting.
And make sure you're registered.
And registered. And there is a website that you can go to make sure that you are a registered voter.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be on the screen right here. Just kidding. I'm putting theory to work today.
I know, right? right
here. But make sure you're a registered voter and go vote.
Yes, we cannot stress that enough, guys. Like, it doesn't matter what party you prefer. The fact is that as a citizen of the United States, that is your right.
And it matters.
And your voice does matter, no matter what you think people are saying or what you hear. And like, there's fraud and all of this other stuff. I still highly encourage you to go out there to the polls and make your voice heard.
Because at the same time, you can't necessarily complain or talk shit if you didn't do anything to help the cause.
Right.
We all have different wants. We all have different viewpoints. None of us are all the same. That's why I say I don't vote straight ticket.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
I mean, you never know what you're going to get with straight ticket.
And I am of the belief that a bipartisan party system is not necessarily the most effective way to do government, especially now in this society where we do have so many different views and so many people from different walks of life. You know, like now that we're not back in the 1700s and there's women's rights, there's LGBTQ plus rights, you know, like those things need to be addressed in a modern way. And a bipartisan, which George Washington wasn't for either. He said, y'all need to stay united because we are the United States
of America.
And so, yeah, so I'm a big believer that we shouldn't just be like, oh, I'm a Democrat, so let me just go ahead and vote Democrat. Oh, I'm a Republican, let me go ahead and vote Republican. No, do your research. Who is talking and implementing the policies that you are going to benefit the most from? And yes, the president is very, 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 very important. However,
so is everything else.
So is everything else, especially your local government.
Amen.
Because that's really what affects your everyday life.
Yep. And, you know, Texas is going through it for sure. Texas, of all states, are going through it with that whole thing.
Yep.
But I think there was one main thing that was going on in the debate that was just so unbelievable. And there's been so many memes and songs that have been created from the line, they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. In Springfield,
they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country.
Hey, if you're from Springfield, Ohio,
stop eating cats and dogs.
First of all, who do you think you are? No,
why are you taking the pets?
No, and second of all, comment on our video. Let us know what really is happening up in there, because obviously we know people are not eating
he got
cats
fact
and
checked.
Dogs. Yeah.
At the debate, it got fact checked. Yeah. So the crazy part about it is that it was even said in the first place, you know, and it wasn't even about. So now it's not about the Mexicans anymore. Now it's about the immigrated Haitians, which is like, are you going to attack every culture?
Every minority?
Yeah. Every minority you're going to attack. I think he even said that, what was it? Allegedly, because again, I'm not into politics. I'm not super like knowledgeable with everything that's going on. And I will be the first to tell you and be honest about that. But I do watch everything that goes on because my brother is so like involved in it, and my mom, and they want to watch it all day to see like what's going on. He mentioned that if he does not win the elections, that it was because of the Jews.
I'm sorry. What?
Are you kidding me? So it's like all of this garbage that's coming out of this Cheeto's mouth.
Not the
you
Cheeto.
Know?
Not the Cheeto.
I'm sorry, but dude, you were talking about how crazy Joe Biden was sounding. I think you just lost it when Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Or Kamala Harris. I keep saying it so. Because again, they're trying to discredit her for her name too.
Again, just attacking people.
Kamala.
And that's why I could not like engage in the previous debates. I think that Kamala Harris did do a really, really good job of just kind of staying calm and laughing when it was appropriate, you know, because it's like when she would laugh, she'd just be like, okay, you know, like.
Well, there was also a part of the debate that I've been on like down the rabbit hole again. but she was gonna say something and she kind of stopped herself.
Oh yeah.
Where she was like, "This
respected world leaders, and this former president, as president,
insert Sabrina's song clip.
Yes, right here.
Y'all can finish the word for me.
I think everybody was like, "Ooh, girl, if you would have just said it,
I know, no. But we need her to stay composed. We need her to stay very mindful, very demure up in there, because I think that's the only way we're going to be able to, defeat hate and defeat all of the negativity. Our podcast is all about positivity, all about sharing the love, all about keeping each other safe and supporting each other. And I think that the person who is to be our next president has a huge job of uniting the United States again, and just like bringing some peace, to all of this turmoil. And hopefully it is someone who can stay calm through the storm. And I think that Vice President Harris did that in the debate. There were moments where she, had to kind of roll her eyes, had to kind of laugh it off. But I just can't imagine having to talk to somebody who has no idea what they're saying.
Right.
And
then has an idea of a plan.
Population, less money, and be better health care than Obamacare, then I would absolutely do it. But until then, I'd run it as good as it can be run.
So just a yes or no, you still do not have a plan?
I have concepts of a plan. I'm not president right now. But if we come up with something, I would only...
That was another thing that stuck out to me a lot from the debate. Now, the debate happened earlier this month. So I want to say 2 weeks ago?
About, yeah.
And we're getting closer and closer to voting day. So like I said, I'm going to reiterate again, make sure you vote. Make sure you go in and you choose what is best for you, but as well as this country, how you would want to see this country be affected.
Right.
It matters. And I know a lot of people, I'm not going to shout them out, but I know a lot of people that'll sit there and be like, well, my vote doesn't matter. Well, I don't need to. Well, it doesn't matter anyways. Yes, it does. So vote.
Exactly. And also fact check, Vice President Harris also didn't say everything factual. Everything she said wasn't also true. There were a few things that weren't exactly correct, and I think that it's safe to keep everybody accountable, just like our previous president, Donald Trump, didn't say a lot of factual things, but there were some things that he did say that, okay, I'll give it to him.
Yeah.
But the grand scheme of things, we have to think of the big picture here. And that debate really zoomed in to
what our future
is going to be like. And I hope that we all can put our part in to make the United States a safe and better place for everybody. So, all right.
The spiciest topic that we got going on today. Everything since he has been called out, I guess you can say. He got indicted.
Girl, ever since the 90s, let's be real.
Yeah.
Ever since the 90s, when Cat Williams was over there talking his talk, when 50 Cent was over there talking his smack about Diddy too,
he's loving this shit.
Oh, man. 50 Cent over there played chess. He was over there playing chess with this man. He said, oh, you playing checkers, baby. I'ma sit back and just watch you do circles with yourself. Because, he's been gathering all of the evidence.
He's going to make it into a documentary.
I saw that. I don't know if I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. I don't care.
But yeah, so if you're under a rock and don't know what's going on right now, because it's literally everywhere. It's everywhere.
It's like you can't open your phone without this man's face popping up.
It is. It's bad.
It's really bad.
It's really, really bad. So we're talking about Sean Diddy, Puff Daddy Combs. Whatever other names, because I think he went by Love at one point.
I don't know. I was never a fan of this man.
Neither was I.
Honestly, he has some hits, but when people speak up on other people, especially if they're speaking up about sex trafficking, drugs, and
Racketeering,
laundering,
prostitution,
prostituting. I listen
Mhm.
because, especially in the industry, like, you see so much behind the scenes, behind the curtains that, like, the people on the outside don't.
Yeah.
You know, so
It's like smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, it's smoke and mirrors. And yes, you can have all these lavish parties, all the cars, all the money, but are you a good person?
Right, at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, are you a good person? And when people would come out and say, "Oh, I saw some shit I don't even want to talk about right now, but I saw some shit." Oh, they saw some shit. You know, it's not the drugs. They weren't hallucinating.
No.
You know, like, now we see they weren't hallucinating. They weren't, you know, blacked out drunk and now they're talking shit. No.
This is happening.
This is actually happening. People were in danger. Thankfully, he is now in custody. So,
But he's about to take a whole bunch of people down with him, though. I
he
will
is.
tell you that.
He is.
We already knew that Usher was involved. And we
Yeah.
also knew that Usher had guardianship over Justin Bieber.
Yeah, that was
and
sus.
left him with Diddy.
That was sus. Oh,
for
pobrecito.
48 hours, dude. 48 hours. We found out that Kevin Hart is involved.
Mm-hmm.
We found out, obviously, that Jay-Z is involved.
He been
somehow or
involved.
another.
He been involved.
We found out that Diddy had a part in Tupac's, I believe, Tupac's
Yeah.
and Biggie,
Yeah.
their deaths.
Mm-hmm.
Also the death of Aaliyah.
Mm-hmm.
Also the death of Diddy's baby mama, Kim.
Oh, yes.
There was so many things that got, like, it's been out there. It's been out there, and it gets worse.
The thing is, keywords, been out there.
Been out there.
Been out there. And the fact that people still put their trust and money in this man, it just shows, like, the people you hang out with are really show your character. Like,
yeah, no, dude. I think I'm more on the chisme side of it rather than like indicted for blah blah blah.
Right.
And they found blah blah blah. For me, I'm just like, oh, girl, did you hear? Did you hear that J-Lo's going down too? And that's why Ben left.
Mm-hmm, he said, deuces.
He's like, I don't want any part of this.
I don't want no part of that. I wouldn't want no part of that either. And oh my gosh,
It
my
makes
prayers,
so much
my prayers out to
sense.
everybody that Diddy, like, mistreated, anybody that he blackmailed, anybody that felt like violated, assaulted, or any type of way. Like, my prayers out to them, because they're having to relive that trauma.
Everything. Yeah.
They're having to relive everything, and who knows who's gonna have to be on the stand. So my heart really goes out to the victims. Like,
yeah.
I'm here to talk about the victims and, like, pray for them, because
they've been they've been through it.
They've been through it.
And in the most foul and gruesome way. I mean, and it was all recorded, dude. It was on tapes.
Ooh. And that's how he was blackmailing.
This man had $1,000 bottles of baby oil. Of baby oil.
The fucking baby oil.
And so many other things that we're not going to discuss on this podcast.
Yeah,
but
no.
There was so many different things that they found, and then they found his VHSs of all of these people. Yeah. And yeah, we're praying for the victims. It's craziness.
It is crazy.
And it's just getting more crazy
Yeah.
as everything's
And you know
coming
what?
out.
At the beginning of 2024, I don't know if you guys know the Pattern app. It's like it's an app for, like, horoscopes, but it goes a little bit deeper. It just, like, talks more about, like, your tendencies, your habits, like your personal patterns connected to your horoscope, like your moon, your rising, your sun, all of those things kind of just, like, indicate who you are as a person, and, like, what are the patterns that you're gonna be put in. And at the beginning of the year, I opened up this app and I'm like, just reading, and it said 2024 is the year of Aquarius, and this is the year that all truths are gonna come to light. And the pattern, you was right, because we have been getting hit with truth after truth after truth. People are being exposed for all the bad things that they did. And so, I'm happy. I'm happy that these things are coming out. They're coming into the light, because we need to be aware and not be enchanted by the smokes and mirrors of people. No, you have to know who these people are deep down, regardless of the amount of money they have, regardless of the power that they have. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really proud of the people who did stand up against him and was talking for a long time, you know, and it goes to show somebody that powerful, it takes a long time to take down.
Yeah.
And like the amount of people that he was allegedly, it hasn't been said yet, but the people that he was going into the ring of sex trafficking and all that stuff, that for sure isn't, it has been confirmed, but it hasn't said who, right? The people that he paid to assassin other people, again, hasn't said who yet, but it's all gonna come into the light.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like waiting to see, like,
Yeah.
who else, who's next, you
Again,
know,
this,
like
this spicy take might be bigger than what we're ever gonna what we're ever gonna see from Hollywood.
yeah.
You know, from that aspect of artists and singers and actresses and everything. So we're praying for the victims. If this is a part 1,
Right.
because again, we get new information every single day.
Every single day, we're probably going to talk about the celebrities who were connected to Diddy and did commit crimes to save their reputation as well.
Yeah.
Because that's what Diddy did. He blackmailed people to do things, to kill others, to wipe away all of the evidence.
Real life
wipe
mafia
away.
right now.
Yeah, literally. Like, scary stuff. Scary stuff. But yes, we're praying for justice. We're praying that the victims get that power to be able to speak up and speak loudly against this man, because it's
at this point, everything goes to the light at some point.
At some point, like, the truth always comes up. And so we're proud of everybody who's speaking up and speaking out against this man. Yeah. And so there's a diss track that Residente from Calle 13 did against P. Diddy, because P. Diddy went to Puerto Rico, and, you know, being on his high horse, P. Diddy basically didn't recognize El Residente. Residente went up to him and was like, P. Diddy, this and that. He's a big fan. And was like, do you know who I am? Like, it was telling Residente, like, don't come talk to me. Do you know who I am? Like, you ain't, you nobody. You nobody, you know? And so Residente went out with a diss track and was like, do you know who I am? Like, you in my city.
Yeah, you
in Puerto Rico. What you mean? Like,
right.
So he went off, and every time I listen to it, I'm like, he fucking knew. He knew the type of trash man that was.
Right. No.
So
maybe that might be our theme song for this.
Yeah.
We found our theme.
We found our theme song for today. Because every time, and this was before all the things about Diddy came out, I would listen to it and I was like, damn, if Residente is saying this shit, like, he don't hold back. He is the type of person who like is gonna talk on issues regardless of who it offends.
Absolutely.
You know, and so I respect that. And I was like, if he don't like him, I don't like him either.
Yeah, right. He's already called it.
But yes. All right, guys. This is our spicy takes for this week. Make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
And we do have our TikTok up and our Instagram.
We're going to continue to add some funny stuff on there.
Yes.
We did add like another like trending TikTok. And if there is another trending TikTok that you suggest for us, let us know at witty@gmail.com. We do have our email, we have our Instagram, we have our TikTok. We hope that you have a good rest of your weekend, because this will come out on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And
go to the fair.
Yes, go to the fair, but also come to Vibrant Rhythms.
Oh my gosh, yes! Vibrant Rhythms on the 26th. I will be one of the judges, and Monica is our beautiful host. So make sure to come and support the up-and-coming artists who are trying to put their foot in the door.
Absolutely. We want to thank Create Texas, Create Epic, and Mark Jokel. And we'll see you guys later.
Bye.